Well, this is Interstellar Radio. Today's date is November 17th, 2019. We have Blue Light with us.
Hello, everyone.
Whoa. All right. Anything you want to go into before we start?
Yeah, I actually was wanting to speak about my alias, my blue light, why I chose it in particular, because I am learning, well, two of the main learnings that I'm going through is that of the heart chakra and of the throat chakra. And obviously blue is to do with the throat chakra. So it's about expressing myself. It's about being authentic to my own reality and kind of just speaking about things. So that's kind of what I've been learning, and that's where a lot of my insecurities come from with regards to my channeling as well, is trying to get through my own blockages, about my own self-doubts, about my own voice and what my own perspective is. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, it's just, learn that channeling. Yeah, it clears out anger and frustrations. The more you do it, the more you clear out. I've even learned from work. Like I'm at work, I'm all worn out, but when I channel, I do a session for somebody, I get re-energized. So it's not just for them.
Yeah, so it's almost like a self-healing for myself and for others around me, I suppose.
So yeah, the questions sometimes pertain to the channel or depending, maybe on a deeper level. So, all right. So, all right, whenever you're ready, we'll begin.
Okay.
All right, blessings.
Blessings. Greetings, I am Zach. I am Alice Blue Light's guide.
Greetings.
We almost messed up and said her name. But we are here to answer any questions. We are Zeta Gray spirit guides.
You have a message for humanity?
We would like to encourage those who are listening to connect with their own spirit guides. This will help in opening oneself up to everyday living, to getting through obstacles, to trusting intuition and how you feel about things. It is not an easy process, as Blue Light often has arguments with us about our lack or perceived lack of communication. But it is only because she is all up in her head that it makes it harder for our messages to get through to her. So we encourage others to still oneself, to come into a place of grounding, of quietness, to separate oneself from toxic environments or places, even if it is for 10 minutes every day, to try and connect with their guides. One can also ask to connect in the dream space, which was done by Blue Light recently, which was connecting to a new spirit guide. You can simply ask, set the intention before you sleep. If you are having troubles connecting during meditation, to meet with your spirit guides and to remember the dream. It is very beneficial, as many of your guides, the primary guides, know of the life purpose that you have come onto this earth to fulfill and can guide you towards this. secondary guides can also assist in specific things such as creativity, money, manifestation, friendships, or if you wish to learn something different or pursue something new. There might be different guides for those things. For blue light, she has Shira for her guide for expressing of bravery, of standing up for oneself, for defending others. There is also Grace, which is an Arcturian spirit who's more organized and prioritizes things. So you will find for yourself that you will also connect with these different guides who will serve different purposes. So we will encourage this. Are there any questions?
Yeah. What do you recommend? How do you think people should connect to their guides? Do you have a method?
Yes, there is a number of methods that can be used. But in order to really be in touch with your guides, you have to. Spirit talks in a way that is gentle. We do not force. We do not make one see or hear us. So we will suggest meditations. There are many online, but one such is to ground oneself into the earth, to bring in source energy through the crown chakra down to the heart space. It is very important that one is embracing a spirit of playfulness. This is the prime way of the universe, is of a playful energy, of innocence, of wonder. When one is too serious, one is setting expectations and they are not playing the game, it is harder for us to connect with them. So to come with a bit of playfulness, like a fairy or a young child, to come into a space, to visualize whatever place will be more comfortable for each individual, have their own space that they go to when they meditate or if they visualize a place, and to simply allow whatever form that we take. We are spirit, we are energy, we do not require a certain way of being. So it is not to judge what you see. If you see a light which is spinning, that is fine. That is the energy that you are connecting with at the time. So you come into the space and you work from your heart space, your heart chakra. You still your mind and you picture and you ask, I wish to make myself known to my spirit guides and I wish to know them. Can one of my spirit guides please make contact with me? They will come in whatever method they feel fit. For blue light, it was when she met myself, she was painting and she wanted to draw me. That is another way you can channel through the different guides. If you simply draw us what you think we look like, that is also another way. So you come into the space, you allow us to appear, you ask us questions. The first time that blue light did a meditation, she went into a tree and she saw pictures on the wall of her tree, and it showed one of her spirit guides, Benjamin. But because she did not believe what she was seeing, she immediately dismissed it. And it was only later that she had confirmation from other people that that was actually her spirit guide. So it is trust in what you see. It doesn't matter if it is crazy, if it's a weird animal that has 5 legs and talks in a weird voice. This is how you wish to see your spirit guide, or feel comfortable. Feel what that spirit guide is trying to say. Do you feel comfortable with who you are seeing, what you are seeing? Ask them questions about yourself, and you will hear your own voice within you answering you back, as they are a part of you. They are working through you. It is only a few that will hear separate voices, and it is to trust what you hear. It is all about learning to trust your intuition, learning to trust in the messages that are being brought to you by your spirit guides.
Okay.
If you feel fear, we would say rather end the meditation and come back at another stage when you do not feel that way, and see what is the root of this fear. Perhaps they are showing you something that you are fearful of. It may not be that it is in itself something to be feared, but it may be something that you have built up fear towards. To sit with that, to wonder, where does this fear come from? Why am I afraid of this? That is what we wish to say.
What about those that are having trouble, I guess say that are scared of themselves, or having trouble knowing who they are? If that makes sense.
We will say that it is a difficult path to discover who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It is not an easy thing to do. It takes time. It takes putting effort, putting aside time to really spend with yourself, to think, who am I? To think, what is it that I truly love to do? Is it what other people tell me I should do? Is it what I believe is the right thing to be done? Oftentimes we have impressions of what we should be doing. We should be doing this, we should be doing that. But if we go within our heart space and we ask ourselves, do I feel happy when I do this? Do I feel like my spirit is growing? Do I feel as if I am becoming a better version of myself? Do I feel that this, whatever it is, a job, a personality trait that we have, a belief of the world, or ourselves, what is it that makes and gives us joy and passion in life? This takes time, because many grow up having been told what it is that they need to be, who they need to be, what they need to look like, what they need to wear, how they need to express themselves, talk, and they silence themselves to such a point that it is fragmented, that they cannot even go into those parts of themselves without feeling scared. But is to go within to see, what is it that I'm scared of here? Am I scared of people judging me? Am I scared of not having a job that will bring money to the table? Am I scared that I am not going to be good enough? Am I not perfect enough? And it's just to be in allowance of those thoughts, to accept those thoughts, not to push them away, just to allow them. They are not a judgment on you, not to judge them either.
So a lot of that is, so some people are having trouble finding themselves. Some of it is self-judgment. I'm not good
A lot
enough.
of self judgment. I'm not perfect. I'm not the way I want to be, so I will not even try to become that. I will not even, it is some parts of procrastination. I won't even work on this because it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be how I wish it to be. So I won't work on it. Just these are the thoughts that happen. And it's this idea of perfection, this idealized version, without knowing that we are already perfect in the now, in the moment.
Yeah, very good. What about those that are having trouble with meditation?
There are different ways to access a meditative state. For some, sitting down is not how they can access a state of clarity. Perhaps they need to move, need to walk, need to run. There are some who will find clarity of mind when they go to the gym, or if they go for a nature walk, or if they go to the ocean. To do more of those things that bring that clarity of mind. We will suggest that even those that do not find clarity within meditation, that they try to still their minds in whatever exercise or moments, things that they do that bring them clarity. So if they paint and this brings them clarity of mind and a peace towards them, then they should make space for this as part of their life, as the same as one would meditate daily. People are different. People have different ways of being and experiencing life. But what we will encourage is that you make space for these things. Do not say, I'm too busy. I don't have time to go for a walk around the block. Or I am too busy today. I have this and this. Or I am angry because this and this has happened and I cannot concentrate. Take time for yourself. You are worthy of it.
Is there anything to say about religion, where it's going?
Religion will have to adapt to the new energies that are coming in. It will be translated through the lenses that they already have. Some will collapse. Some will find new renewal. This is not yet ready to be released. Many still need religions, the communities, the time of the sacred, of the understanding of the soul. This is an important understanding, but it is often shrouded in control, in hierarchies, and it is not connecting with oneself. But this will soon transform. So when I say soon, it is often not as soon as humans like it to be. So we will say this, as extraterrestrial knowledges, understandings of source energy become to others, they will start to realize this for themselves. They will turn away from old systems of control. Those who do not have their own understandings, awakenings of the present will continue, but even in there will be an understanding of some sort of the understanding of the infinite creator, of beingness.
What about those that are having financial problems right now?
Financial problems are part of the learnings and teachings. Oftentimes, when you have financial problems, it is a way to slow you down. It is to say, look around you, what are the lessons that are currently happening? Maybe you want to move to a different house, a different place, but you have problems with money. What is it in your current life that you need to face or look at before you can move? There's often teachings, lessons that you have been ignoring that are trying to get your attention. There is a lot of different reasons for financial issues. That is just one. Another may be that you may have a belief of lack, of not wanting to see that you have worth, not wanting to see that you could potentially pursue something that brings you joy. So you stay in whatever position you're in that may not be paying enough. And it is there to force you to look outside. Perhaps you need to look, okay, but am I happy here? Am I okay with this amount that I am making? Do I not wish to pursue my own creative endeavors or my own ideas or whatever I feel that I am here on this earth to do? That is another way of looking at it.
Yeah, some people feel like they have blockages or not getting the information that they feel like they need, or they feel like their third eye is closed, or you have anything on that?
Sometimes it isn't that you need to open your third eye. There is a reason why we are blue light and others are incarnated on this earth. Many wish to have powers, wish to have psychic knowings, but does that not distract from what you're meant to be learning? Perhaps you came to earth to learn humility, to learn connection with others, to learn about forgiving and loving yourself. If you are so intent on having or being something else than what you are, you may miss the reason why you came, and this may prevent you from opening up these abilities. It is only once you have really dealt with these blockages that higher understandings may become more fluid to you. I use the analogy of a blinder on a horse. We are not meant to see all things at once in the human vessel. We need to be focused upon what we are needing to concentrate on. We can say this, that the more one connects with their guides, the more this will become opened.
Good, thank you. What about what are the grays of people don't always understand what the grays are doing? Is there anything you can say about that?
We are connecting.
Anything that's helpful? Of course.
The Greys work with the technologies of humanity. They work with understanding telepathy, of connecting with others telepathically. They help with diplomacy in many governmental, like the UN, like between extraterrestrials as well. They are seen as good diplomats, as they are rational, and when they are in their highest form, peaceful. For humanity, the Zetas are teachers who can help with opening up of psychic gifts. But in order for this to happen, there needs to be a sense of inner peace for whoever wishes to connect with the Zetas. There needs to be a strong sense of self, a strong sense of purpose. We say this because many are fearful when connecting with Zetas because their energies are very different. And fear shuts down the abilities. If you are fearful or in a state of fear, you cannot access higher realms around you. You contract within yourself. You defend yourself. This is not conducive to allowing the opening, the expanding of consciousness. Fear is the contraction of consciousness. So we say, even if you are curious, try to contact the Zetas. They are closely connected with the DNA structures of humanity. They are experts of genetics, of the psychic awareness. This curiosity, at least being open to connection, will bring up areas where there's need to be healing. Perhaps there's past life encounters with the Zetas. Perhaps there was astral abductions or physical abductions of the Zetas. And this may generate fear. If you are open to connecting, this fear may come up. When it comes up, you wish to process it, think about it, understand it, send love and forgiveness towards the Zetas and yourself. This will open even more the ability for the Zetas to connect with. The dreamscape is one such place where Zetas will connect, as it is less frightening. You may see a ship. You may simply feel that there's someone around you in the dream at first. This is one way you can see.
Feeling anything you say about the Anunnaki?
We are connecting. Anunnaki have many connections to the earth. As many know of the gold connection, but it is more than this. They set the foundations of this earth, of the light structures. They are creator beings who have a sordid past with the earth. As the Zetas are connected via karma, so are the Anunnaki. There are many with Anunnaki DNA who will have stronger connections and will be able to bring in their information. So we will say about the Anunnaki is that there is much mystery that will become uncovered. It is up to those who feel they are connected to the Anunnaki to bring forth their understandings. It is like a puzzle piece that many look at and wonder, is this the sky or the sea? You can only know if it is the sky or the sea if others can bring forth their own information to connect, so they can see, oh, this fits in here, this fits in here, this is actually the sea or the sky. That is what we wish to say about the Anunnaki.
About health, human health. People are going through a lot of health issues at this time.
There are multiple reasons for health issues. It is a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of separation from oneself, from what makes one happy, that can manifest in the form of sickness, in the form of this health. It is also how one treats the body. Is one connecting with the body? Is one loving the body? Is one seeing oneself as a being that is within the body, within the mind, within the spirit? What are you putting within your body? What are you to relieve it? But instead of facing the stress and anxiety, the reasons for the stress and anxiety, it is easier to smoke. It may also be addiction to pills for pain, instead of going to the core of what is the pain. Perhaps one hurt their back, or so they become addicted to pain medication. This could be helped if they sought a different means. This is not the case for all people. This is unique to each person. Each person needs to go within themselves and say, why am I sick? Is it because I am not feeding my body what it needs? Is it because I am suppressing pain, suppressing anger, suppressing emotions? Am I disconnected from my true self? Am I living a lie? Am I not feeling fulfilled in my life, in my job, in my work? Am I not communicating with others? Do I feel that I must suppress my true self? These are all causes. One needs to not address the symptom of the problem, but the cause of it. Each person will find that they have different reasons that they are feeling sick. Some may be to do with external environmental things, unhealthy environments such as dust in the air, pollution in the air, chemtrails. Others, it will find that it is inward healing that needs to be done. We will ask that everyone who is suffering from health issues to look at themselves and see what they are not dealing with, what they may be ignoring. That is what we wish to say about that.
Okay. see, health. They just took the. Oh, what about 2020? What do you see about the future?
Many will become more aware of the planetary effects on human consciousness. They'll become more aware of patterns that they have been in for years upon years. It is a year of facing oneself, of facing one's shadow, of facing each other. Can you even look others in the eye? Can you look at your darkest part of yourself and still love yourself? Can you forgive yourself for the things that you've done to others? Can you forgive others? These lessons even in the past that you feel that you have learned, will return in a smaller way to see, did you truly learn the lesson? Did you truly understand what was being taught? It may not be as heavy as in the past, as the energies are becoming lighter, but as energies become lighter, it needs to remove the denser energies. In order to do that, you must face oneself. Look at what you do not love about yourself. Look at what you do not want to look at. It will be forced for you to look at. You cannot run away from it. You cannot run away from yourself. Those who try will simply be damaging themselves even more, because those energies will be amplified. It will also be of connection to the earth. There will be more who wish to go and walk and see nature. Those who wish to grow a plant, even if it is a cacti. Those who wish to see animals in a different light.
So when people hear like a message here or a channeling, some people get tired and want to go to sleep. What does that mean?
Some of it is they are wanting to go into astral, wanting to connect with the energies at a higher vibration. Sleep is a way of calming, a way of relaxing the body, a way of connecting with higher source. This is because they are wanting to learn the lessons. It is comforting to them. It is also of greater understanding of themselves. Perhaps they fall asleep and they have a dream, and in that dream they connect with their spirit guides, or maybe they connect with an aspect such as their health. What is it that they've been hiding from? What is it that they need healing? Maybe they connect with wacky and wonderful worlds that bring them light and joy. And this channeling then is a trigger for this, as it is the spirit within oneself calling out for understanding, for greater awareness of source energy, of understanding that they are source energy. It is of greater connection to the channeling material.
Nice. What about the scientist, inventor, Tesla? Is there anything you can say on that?
Tesla had a great understanding of the intuition. It is an understanding that many have lost. Anyone can channel their own genius, their own creative source consciousness. It was Tesla and Einstein and other beings who trusted within their intuition, who trusted what they were picking up that was sending the frequencies. They adjusted their own frequencies to that of a higher plane to download information, which anyone can do. If they wish to connect with higher source consciousness, which is the true source of all genius, of all understandings, they need to trust themselves firstly. There is a lot of mistrust of the self, or self-worth issues. I cannot do this, I am this, I am that. These limiting self-beliefs cage you. It is also comparison to others, to say, well, my stuff is not good enough as their stuff. Their genius is better than my genius. But each individual is unique and brings their own unique perspective, their own unique understandings, their own unique source consciousness, source genius. And it is for you to tap into that. It's for you to look beyond the comparisons, beyond seeing that I am not as good as this person. I am not as powerful as this person. I'm not as psychic as this person. Perhaps you admire this person because they are psychic. It is only because you wish to have that within yourself. You cannot take it from another person. You must seek it within yourself. Nikola Tesla downloaded many advanced technologies. He had connections to extraterrestrials. He also knew the power of solitude. There are times in one's soul journey that there's need for solitude to go within, to discover who one is as an individual, as their own unique expression. This mustn't last the whole time, but it is a period that each must choose to go through to come to a greater sense of self. Once one knows themselves, they can integrate back within society and teach others their own knowledges, their own understandings, their own ways of being and seeing. This can only happen when one is comfortable and authentic to themselves. If you wish to learn, it is best to learn from someone who is true to themselves, who knows themselves inside and out, both positive and negative aspects, who accepts themselves, because it is from a place of acceptance of the self that they can accept others, for they can see their own flaws, so they can see others' flaws and accept them without judgment. If they do not judge themselves, then they do not need to judge others.
Thank you. Oh, we have this thing going on with Prince Andrew. It's connected to the Epstein situation.
Yes, he has been running away from paparazzi, the reporters, but it is almost like a fall guy. Not that he is innocent, definitely not. But It is almost if the community can get him to answer for his actions, then perhaps others will be let go of or not scrutinized. He is an easier target than others that were connected to Epstein. He cannot run from the karma that he has created for himself. It will come to bite him. Perhaps not in the next few months, but it is a force that is gaining momentum. As soon as the news people forget, there is almost a cry to say, why are we forgetting about this? Why are we ignoring this? What about the connection? Obviously, the British rule have been trying to protect him, but it may be that they have to end up allowing this to happen, as the more they protect him, the more that they censor, the more that they delete off the internet articles, the more that this karma will need to be reckoned with. So they may have to feed him to the wolves to save themselves.
What do you have to say? So Epstein was, in some ways, I feel like it was healing people. It was pointing out their dark sides, but I feel like it was healing people too. I know that sounds strange, but
There is always light in the most darkest people and darkness in the most lightest people. When you bring to surface people's own darkness, others may blame you for bringing it to surface, but it was always within you. It is a form of healing, though we would question how healing that can be if it is not dealt with correctly. Epstein was one member of a large organization whose power and influence was gained through control, manipulation, blackmail, greed, lust. And if you bring that out within another, they have to either face it, heal it, or they choose for themselves whether they go down and feed it. Many were given an opportunity, and if they said, no, this is not who I wish to be, I see that this is something within me, but I do not wish to be it. I wish to go in another direction. But that awareness of seeing I am also this person as well can bring a lot of healing. So in that case, yes, there is healing that is being done. For others, they may look and say, yes, actually, I wish to indulge this side of myself. And they went down a darker path. There is nothing that we can say more about this.
Okay, what about channeling groups or healers that have deceptive intentions, but people seem to not notice it? And they have usually large numbers and things like that. What do you have to say about that?
It is a teaching Many are learning discernment at this time. Many look for power outside themselves, understanding outside themselves. And when they rely on others to give them understandings without going within to see what their own understanding is, they become victim, or they allow themselves to become victim to these groups. Many have come from belief systems or understandings of the world that have controlled them to such an extent that they do not know or have the capacity to discern for themselves what is right for me, what is my own truth. So they say, you do it, you tell us. We cannot trust ourselves because we do not know how. We were never taught, we were always taught to obey, to listen. And those energies will attract lost people. It is not a bad thing nor a good thing. It is simply a part of the teachings that they are learning at that time. Some will wake up and say, no, this is not for me. I don't think that this is right. I don't believe this teacher. I do not feel that this is the right path. And they will leave. And they will be stronger for it because they would have trusted themselves. They would have trusted their own intuition, their own gut feeling about something. Others, this is where they need to be. This is what they maybe came to learn, is the difficulties of not giving yourself power, of not trusting in yourself, not doing what you need to do, what you feel is right. Others, they wish for community, they wish for belonging, they wish for love. And false teachers, or teachers that have agendas which are negative, they have the appearance of a community, of appearance of love. But when you start to control others, you start to tell people how they should or shouldn't believe, when you isolate others from family, friends, when you isolate others from themselves, from who they are as people, when you wish for them to be all the same, when you control the children or the woman or the man in certain ways with fear, when there's fear involved, where there is fear of an apocalypse, fear of a whatever that is now going to bring you together out of fear. This is a negative vibration. This is of control. It is a teaching. Some have in past lives had the same encounters in cults, in different spiritual groups, and they are repeating the pattern because they did not learn the previous time to love themselves, to respect themselves, to see themselves as divine, as not needing another to connect with source because they themselves are source. And so they repeat the lesson in this lifetime. Hopefully they will see themselves for who they are. Some may not.
Yeah, very good. All right, about to wrap up. Is there any messages I'd like to bring up? Anything?
We would like to say that just as there is seasons on the earth, there are seasons for people, for their own learnings. Sometimes they need to go within themselves, like winter. Sometimes it is spring, where they need to flower and show themselves, display their beauty. Other times in summer, they need to grow and spend time nurturing themselves. And sometimes they need to let go of things in autumn that are holding them back and are no longer serving them. To be understanding of yourself in these seasons as something greater than just the moment of being in the cosmic pattern of teaching, of learning. That is it we have to say.
Right. I believe well, this Blue, I don't get this too, but she has a connection to the royals. That she something that she can dive into.
Diana.
Yeah. So yeah, something that she can, a lot of layers that will help her over time when she looks into it. Knowing those people is not easy, that's for sure.
I can imagine.
Gosh. All right, welcome back. So, yeah, I saw the royal, the royal stuff. You're dealing with them in astral because you got burned by them many times. So.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
In some ways,
it was one of the it was one of the first things I delved into was the Diana's murder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there's been similar situations in the past. Not like that, of course. So, all right.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Anything else before we get going?
Nope. Likes, subscribe, I guess.
Whenever you get your channel, let me know. All right. All right. Thank you for coming on. We'll, have you back on whenever, whenever you like. So, all right. Much love, everyone. Blessings. Have a great night.